Mandalorians have perfected the art of killing Force sensitives through centuries of warfare, and that is why Jaina went to them.
You're wrong.
Stupendous Wave did a lore video about Jaina Solo being a quote-unquote Sith Slayer. He got this historical event wrong on whom she asked and the Mandalorian culture. This video is a different compare and contrast video. I am sharing how an quote-unquote influential Star Wars content creator fails to accurately report on the lore. As a content creator, it is important to be as accurate as you can in a time when Disney is reshaping how people view Star Wars. I will share a clip from Legacy of the Force novels, the Old Republic comics to compare and contrast with his lore videos. The first clip is when Jaina realizes whom she needs to seek out.
Give you whatever help I can, but I think Alima was just about my match. Jason, he's far more dangerous. I know, but I wanted you to understand that you have helped me get this far. I just have to go farther, and that means going away. He nodded. Just remember who you are. That should mean everything to you. And remember that it means nothing to Jason anymore. He's already shown that he cares nothing for the families of those he tortures and kills. Those he tortures and kills. Jaina froze as something occurred to her. Those he tortures and kills. What is it? Oh, no. She shook her head, almost unaware of Jag as the thought took hold. I can't. You can't what? She looked at him, hoping that something in his expression or words might tell her why her idea was wrong, bad. But it wasn't. It was the only answer. It was inevitable. She rose. I have to go. I know, you said that. But now I know where. I need to make some preparations. Don't worry. I'll say goodbye before I leave. She turned away from his baffled expression and headed back to the outpost, toward her mission, toward an act of last resort, toward her teacher.
In this conversation with Jagged Fowl, Jaina Solo realized that she needed to seek out Boba Fett and not the Mandalorians, as Stupendous Wave shared. So let's break down this video through compare and contrast.
Mandalorians have hunted and killed Force sensitives for millennia, understanding the harsh realities of combat against them, lacking Force sensitivity themselves.
Mandalorians never hunted Force sensitives unless hired to. Due to their interactions with the Jedi and the Sith in the Old Republic and further into the future, they learn how to successfully fight with and against the Jedi. In the Old Republic, Force-sensitive Mandalorians were trained by Dorjander Case, whom was in love with a Mandalorian, and he turned away from the Jedi after a Republic bombing campaign led by the Jedi killed his wife and unborn child during the Sith War.
Mandalorians have perfected the art of killing Force sensitives through centuries of warfare, and that is why Jaina went to them.
So I'm packing for a journey I didn't think I'd ever make. I'll give Jag this much. He never said I told you so. He's the one who said I needed to learn from someone who had a track record in bringing down Jedi. If anyone can stop Jason, then it's me. I'm his equal, and I'm the sword of the Jedi. But I just don't have his training. I have a chance, and Fett's going to help me make the most of it. It can't be that hard to find him. He's a bounty hunter, so I'll hire him like any other client. Except I'm not just any other client. I'm Han Solo's daughter, and I'm a Jedi, and Fett has spent a lifetime hunting us. And now I'm asking him to train me, to hunt and capture my own brother. For all I know, he'll laugh in my face, if he ever laughs that is, and tell me to get lost. But I have to ask him. Swallow pride, eat humble pie, and beg if need be. Dad seems to have thawed a little toward him. I still despise him. But if he says yes, I swear I'll be the best pupil he's ever had. Come on, Fett. Show me how it's done.
Jaina Solo did not go to the Mandalorians to train. She went to Boba Fett, as shared in the Revelation novel clip. Boba Fett was not raised as a Mandalorian due to his circumstances. Jango's death before the Clone Wars began. Boba Fett has hated the Jedi since, due to who Boba Fett comes from and the legacy of Justin Morrill. His fighting tactics mirrors the Mandalorians. Mandalorians are known to be the Jedi killers due to their history with the Jedi. The Bounty Hunter Codebook will give us more insight to this. Jedi and Sith. These sorcerers have interfered in our affairs for a millennia. The ancient Jedi demolished Mandalore, the Ultimate's empire, and broke our clans at the Anila Akan, and their descendants oversaw the annihilation. Today, Jedi agents work in secret to thwart our aims. The Sith are no better, having repeatedly beguiled the Mando Ade into serving as their shock troops. Do not underestimate Jedi powers. Most Jedi are superb warriors with heightened senses and reflexes. Jedi lightsabers can redirect blaster bolts to counter this. Maintain sufficient distance so that you have a better chance to react to reflected bolts, and do not fire unnecessarily. A better tactic is to use your flamethrower. Jedi powers and weapons are far less effective against attacks that cover a large area. Another effective tactic is to pin Jedi using your fiber cord launcher. This is best done as a group, a valuable strategy in all combat with Jedi. They are dangerous opponents, but not even their powers allow them to escape dozens of bolts, overlapping fields of flame, or multiple grapples. Remember, the Jedi powers are not limited to the battlefield. They can manipulate objects and devices, and they use their abilities to confuse the unwary, erase memories, and even implant suggestions. The strong-minded can resist these powers, but this takes training and dedication. If a Jedi or Sith is in the area, rally masters should note strange incidents, peculiar behavior, or other unexpected phenomenon. These are the evidence of a Jedi sorcery at work. The Bounty Hunter Code shares how the Jedi are the focus and enemies to the Mandalorians.
I love his downfall because Caedus never sought to learn about those without the Force. He dismissed them as inferior, and while he ventured across the stars, learning from all of the different Force-based religions that he could, the Mandalorians fell to the side as lesser beings, those that could not touch the Force. But Darth Caedus' arrogance was his undoing. The Mandalorians have hunted Force users for millennia, and their ability to counter the Force's overwhelming power gave Jaina Solo the tools to succeed where other Jedi would certainly fail.
Before Jason became Darth Caedus, he wanted to learn more about the Force. The Mandalorians aren't the group to go to for that experience. That does not mean he thought of the Mandalorians as lesser beings. Mandalorians can be Force sensitive, as shared earlier in this video. As stated before, Mandalorians never hunted Force sensitives. They did learn unconventional ways to combat Jedi, like using flamethrowers. Mandalorians can't counter a Force-sensitive power.
He relied on its power to dominate his enemy, and believed that those without it were insignificant. But this belief blinded him to the truth. The Mandalorians are the ultimate Sith killers because they fight without the Force. They cannot be manipulated by mind tricks or broken by domination. Mandos excelled fighting at a disadvantage. They claw for every scratch that they can get. Their ingenuity and their survival instincts allowed them to overcome.
Caedus did a peculiar thing. He paused for an instant, glowering at the Mandalorian's blue armor, as though offended by its color. Jaina saw the chance for a difficult oblique shot past Roger's helmet and swung the quiet snipe over. Caedus brought the pommel of his lightsaber down, striking the breastplate not all that hard, not quite in the center, and shattering it. The Beskar didn't burst apart or send shards flying or do anything remotely explosive. It just crumbled away from the vac-proof underliner, leaving Roger faceplate to chin with his soon-to-be killer. Jaina was too disciplined to let her shock distract her, but she was shocked. Beskar Gam was some of the toughest armor in the galaxy, able to deflect blaster bolts and lightsaber strikes with little more than a scorch mark, and her brother had just destroyed a piece with a tap. Had he mastered the Shatter Point? The great Jedi Master Mace Windu, who had died in the Clone Wars, had been known to possess the gift. He had been the last, until Caedus.
Fighting without the Force does not make one an ultimate Sith killer. Sure, some Mandalorians can't be manipulated by mind tricks. One has to remember Mandalorians do not consist of a single species since the Tong went extinct. Darth Caedus shares how easy it was as a Sith to defeat a Mandalorian using Shatterpoint and the climate of the battle.
The Mandalorians' legacy of fighting Force wielders for millennia gave Jaina the tools to counter overwhelming strength.
If anyone can stop Jacen, then it's me. I'm his equal, and I'm the sword of the Jedi.
Jaina Solo was Darth Caedus' equal, with the exception of his exploration of the Force. This is why she sought out Boba Fett, so she can have her own advantages, since they know each other so well due to their twin Force bond.
Perhaps the perfect Sith killers are not Sith or Jedi at all, but perhaps Jedi Masters who have directly trained under Mandalorians, fighters who combine their ingenuity and adaptability to those without the Force with the power and precision of those who can touch it. In the end, this combination was more than enough to bring down Darth Caedus, a Sith Lord who Luke Skywalker said was more powerful than Vader. So, is this a secret that Jaina Solo discovered, or is this a one-off event? What do you think of the Jedi being trained like Mandalorians to kill Sith? Why do you think it worked so well with Jaina Solo?
The end of the Mandalorian Wars was something new and unknown to us. Revan fought us like a true warrior and defeated us on our own terms. Revan embodied our philosophy and showed us our own weaknesses. Then he exploited them. It was a painful lesson. With Mandalore dead, our weapons taken and our pride destroyed, many lost their way. But I will change that.
Jaina Solo was not a master during the Legacy of the Force timeframe. Jedi Masters do not want to be perfect Sith killers. That is prideful thinking. Jaina did not set off to be the perfect Sith killer. She needed to learn a new way to fight her brother, whom knows her fighting style. It was perfect for Jaina, as Darth Caedus did not know she trained with Boba Fett to defeat him. Luke did not say Darth Caedus was more powerful than Vader. He has been compared to Vader character-wise in the lore. This was not a one-off event. Revan learned how to use Mandalorian tactics against them, helping the Republic win the Mandalorian Wars.
I also love that this is a great duel in comparison to others such as Anakin and Obi-Wan's duel on Mustafar.
Jaina versus Darth Caedus is not comparable to Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader on Mustafar,
where Anakin lost in part because of Obi-Wan's overfamiliarity with his style. He was the one that trained him. It's a similar case with Jaina and Caedus.
I can see where Stupendous Wave thinks it is similar. However, the similarity ends at knowing each other's style. Unlike Obi-Wan and Anakin, Jaina was not trained by her brother Jacen.
Only Jaina is the one that makes the corrections to fight like something new, to create a style that Darth Caedus cannot anticipate, and that he does not know, that he's unfamiliar with. And it was because of this approach to combat, and her duel with her brother, that Jaina won the day, and Caedus lost. Not because of overwhelming power or skill, but because she had beaten him before the duel ever began.
Obi-Wan did not need to make corrections to fight like something or someone new to defeat Darth Vader as a Sith apprentice. I don't see how Stupendous Wave thought these two duels were similar. I cannot stress enough about providing accurate lore, let alone reading and knowing about the content you are sharing.
Legacy of the Force comes after.
Yeah. Legacy's the third, so it goes NJO, Fate, Legacy, correct?
Fable of the Jedi.
As always, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. And keep watching to enjoy this bonus lore clip by Anton Mandeli, Mandalorians Can't Kill Us.
Here's why you can't exterminate us. We're not huddled in one place. We span the galaxy. We need no lords or leaders, so you can't destroy our command. We can live without technology, so we can fight with our bare hands. We have no species or bloodline, so we can rebuild our ranks with others who want to join us. We're more than just a people or an army. We're a culture. We are an idea, and you can't kill ideas. But we can certainly kill you.